Hey, family. So let's have a quick chat. Over the last 8 or 9 months, there has been a noticeable uptick in my support on social media. And I know that it's in large part because last summer I went viral several times for my psychological breakdowns of Love Island, right? Then I started making appearances on shows like Carlos King, Jesse Wu, and different people were being exposed to my emotional intelligence work and the way that it relates to pop culture and politics. During that time, without fail, every time a new supporter would go to my YouTube page and join one of my YouTube lives, there would inevitably be this moment where one of my OG supporters would mention the spirit of wetness. And it comes up a lot in the comment section of my videos, the spirit of wetness, the spirit of wetness. And newer followers are always like, Blue, what the fuck is the spirit of wetness? So once and for all, I'm finally going to revisit what the spirit of wetness is for my newer supporters. And rather than have me explain it, I think I'm just going to play back 2 clips that did very well when I first introduced this concept to the general public. And please be clear, I am a writer. I'm working on my book. The Spirit of Wetness is a chapter in my book, although a couple of nights ago, me and Bridget were at the Blue Note and we ran into Jay Ivy backstage. And he says that the Spirit of Wetness needs to be the whole damn book. He said, fuck it being a chapter, Blue. You need to make it the whole book. I'm still debating that, but here's some clips to catch you up. Let's watch. I have a thing where I call it operating from a place of wetness. Think about this. How do you talk to someone when you are wet? How do you ask for what you need when you are wet? I'm being literal. I mean wetness, guys, like the vagina. Look at Brittany's face. There's a certain way and a certain tone you have from a place of feminine wetness that softens you, right? Even if you're mad, you'll be like, stop that. You know, look at your face. This is the softest I've seen you. Yeah. Just talking about wetness. Yeah. look,
oh my God.
See?
I'm 5.
People literally have to tell me I want to date you for me to be like, you like me?
I could see somebody liking Heather and being like, okay, she about to tell somebody to do 800 burpees and...
So you see? You see what I get?
No,
don't always talk about work now. Did I change my name to say Wet Heather?
Wet Heather, yes. I'm going to have you come back in 6 months. I'm going to give you a 6-month challenge to operate from a place of wetness.
Does that mean that I have to be more aggressive? In terms of like, hey...
Heather, pause. You're overthinking it. And overthinking means underfeeling.
Ooh, okay. Underfeeling the wetness.
Yes. When you are wet, it is a visceral thing. You're not thinking, you're feeling your way through it.
Okay.
So if somebody's wet right now and they're asking you a question, I'm like, what'd you say? Look at that. Look at this blushy.
I'm childish.
Oh my God, literally, your smile is so much prettier when we say wet in front of you. And look at this. Look at that.
You can go ahead and take me off camera, guys. Please.
It is so magical because your wetness is centering you in your root chakra. I'm making it cheeky for the audience, but it's actually spiritual. That's where the healing needs to happen when we're backed up and too much in our divine masculine and not tapped more into our feminine energy. If you were a masculine identified person, then it would work because you'd be attracting the kind of people who are drawn to that. But as someone who clearly wants to be seen as softer and not just seen as a drill sergeant, the counterbalance is your wetness. If you're trying to be a strong masculine, this is not for you. But those femmes out there of all gender identities, when you operate from a place of wetness, you're immediately tapping into the vulnerable core of you where all your power is. Brittany's been wet this entire time, so Brittany ain't got to do shit. But
What does it mean? I'm still trying to figure out how I
Are you a
operate from
Libra?
That's an air sign, though.
Y'all stay wet, though.
Maybe this wetness will get rid of my temper.
Oh, when you're angry from a place of wetness, even that is sexy.
I am so mad right now.
I'm so angry.
Ooh, you
Why
about
you playing with me like that?
Beat your ass.
Show.
But do y'all see, there's a playfulness in wetness and there's also a vulnerability.
Yeah.
A lot of women, when they don't feel safe, we emulate masculine energy to assert our dominance. There's also power in our femininity.
You're teaching me a lot about myself right now.
Same.
I can get wetter.
Getting drier just is waiting for a forest fire. Get wetter. It's actually hard to grab something and manipulate something when it's slippery.
Slippery when wet.
Exactly. Being slippery has actually made it harder to manipulate me. I'm so fucking supple that if you fuck up, somebody else is trying to get on the ride. I have this thing that I tell all my girlfriends: be as transparent as you want, but operate from a place of wetness.
Oh.
Look at your face. Nasty Capricorn was the first to react. Yeah, y'all think it's the Scorpios, it's the Capricorns. You're going to watch them. Because think about, as a woman, not to get graphic, but think about the way that you talk when you're wet. The way that you move when you're wet. The way that you engage with a man when you're wet.
There's a natural suppleness and soft. Look at that shimmy, right? Just a little something. And so I tend to, whenever I'm getting too harsh, I'm like, operate from a place of wetness. And it softens me. I'm saying all the same things, but they can feel the difference.
That's so good. I love it.
I'm telling you, there was a guy, because I've been operating from wetness all year and it's been working a little bit too well. I need to chill out.
She's like, hold on.
I haven't paid for baggage in a long time. The baggage claim guy, they keep on waving it like, it's okay, you can go through. I'm like, oh, my bad. I was making too much eye contact. This guy and he was walking me back to my room, and because I was lost at the hotel, and I was like, I'm so lost. I'm not sure where I'm going. Do you mind taking the lead? He said, good girl.
Wait, was this in Jamaica?
Ooh, don't say, Cody, don't be telling my business.
It was giving island.
So yeah, guys, that's the spirit of wetness in a nutshell. It is a refusal as a woman who identifies as a feminine being to let the world or society as a whole harden you. It is recognizing that feminine does not equal weak, and that you can be soft and supple and still formidable. You can still hold on to sacred rage and be righteous and take up space and scorch the earth while still being the wettest bitch in the room. It's changed so much in my life, because right now, especially in 2026, when the world feels like it's quite literally burning, we're about to have World War III and all types of madnesses going on, bitterness is a easy and obvious thing to do. It is obvious to get hard. It is obvious to be bitter. It takes a lot more courage to say, no, I'm going to protect and still cultivate the softest parts of me. So yeah, spirit of wetness. Oh, and P.S., because there's always P.S., every time I make one of these videos, without fail, a bunch of married men DM me saying, Blue, thank you for this. I'm going to send it to my wife because she's been so hardened and she needs to hear it from another woman. Fair. And though, for the divine masculines who are watching this, if you think the woman in your life or the divine feminine in your life needs to be more supple, please also look inward and ask yourself, am I creating a space that is helping her feel safe to be soft? It works both ways. Make sure that you're looking inward before you're looking outward. All right, love y'all. Bye.